Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 195. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy. What's good, SLAC family?
We back in the building. Apologize, I created some inadvertent technical difficulties, but you know how that goes.
We was gonna have them no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. But we appreciate everybody being here with us. We wanted to go early live again today so that we could get this show in before the hopefully final game of the Eastern Conference Finals, Strizzy's Heat. How you feeling about tonight, real quick before we get into it?
Dog, you know what I'm saying? I want them to finish it. Don't give them no hope, no life. Let's finish it at home. Let's not go back to Boston. Let's just get it done.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that sentiment. The same sentiment Denver had last night, but we'll get more into that. But yes, this will be a SLAC Express. We'll do 30 minutes leading up until tonight's game between the Heat and the Celtics. I do want to welcome in a few people. We got Unc. Hello from Texas. What's good? We've got Pops in the building. Good evening. We also got Kelly. Happy Tuesday to you. And we appreciate all y'all rocking with us on the adjusted schedule. We will throw up the replay at 6. And then I think next week we'll probably be to our normal, back to our regular scheduled program. So
definitely.
So that's what's up with that. But before we get into it, I know we have a quick show, but before we get into it, we got to bring in our last member of the panel, and that is our brother, Matt Marcus. What's good, Marcus? How you doing today?
I don't know, man. Am I lagging?
I don't think you're lagging, but I could barely hear you, though.
Yeah, a little soft on the voice. Can't really hear you either.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me fix it.
So maybe just microphone, but you don't look like you're lagging.
No.
So, but appreciate having you here with us for sure. Say again?
Is that better?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, we got you. Okay. We got you now. So thank you, brother. How you been doing real quick before we get the show started?
Doing good, man. Just pushing it, staying busy.
Got to.
Yeah. Graduation season. I know, the life of a photographer for you, I'm sure you're very, very busy. But hopefully you can get some break time coming soon for over the summer. But yes, thank you for being with us. We always appreciate your time so much.
Yes, sir. Love y'all, man. So you got it.
Always.
That's what it is. All right, we'll go ahead and get into it. Our first topic of the day, and like we said, we'll be kind of focused on the NBA talk first, but we're gonna get into our other topics real quick. What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL talk. Let's get it. All right, NFL talk. We're gonna knock this out first. Just something real quick that's kind of new. Thursday night football. They're gonna now actually be able to flex the Thursday night football game. So the NFL owners did approve that, but it's only for like the last part of the season. It's weeks 13 through 17, and also they said that they actually have to give 28 days notice. So if the game's gonna be flexed, it's gonna be flexed at least a month in advance. So then that way everybody will kind of get a chance to alter their plans. Or if fans say you're traveling for a Sunday game, now all of a sudden it's on a Thursday, that type of thing. But what do you guys think about the NFL being able to flex Thursday night games now?
I like it. I think a lot of teams already don't really like Thursday night football as it is, but I think it kind of sucked last year a lot of times where you're watching a Thursday night game and it's like two really bad teams or something like that, where it's like nobody really wants to watch two bad football teams play. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it helps out with football in that sense. But I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, I think it's okay too. I think they've been trying a lot to keep Thursday night football. They're trying all they can. This might be the last thing. If this don't work, I think they're gonna probably have to go without it, man. So.
I think that's a great point, Marcus. I think this is kind of a last ditch effort to make it worth it. But I agree, it might go back to just being those certain games or like the Thanksgiving Day type of thing. But make it a more special occasion again, and don't have it every single week. I think it's cool when it's like the season start that Thursday night. Okay, that's cool, and Thanksgiving, but you don't need to do it every week. But now the NFL does have a chance to flex Thursday, Sunday night, and Monday night games. So they're going to have the chance to give us hopefully the best matchups that they can. So I want to welcome Grace into the show. She says, happy Tuesday, everyone. Got the taco in the building. That's what's up.
So great.
I don't know if y'all saw too. LeBron. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's finish up NFL talk. We got Austin Eckler. He is going to remain a Charger. He did ask for a trade earlier this year, but they have come to terms on a kind of they didn't change the contract, but they added incentives into the contract to kind of make it better if he's going to be the bell cow back, kind of the lead back again. So I think that's pretty cool, but I honestly think it's because there wasn't a big market for him as a running back. I think he's kind of realizing that, hey, maybe I was good with my 4-year, $28 million contract. But Strizzy, what do you think, though? You like Austin Eckler in San Diego?
I do. I really like him. I think a lot of times these running backs who run the ball well and catch the ball well are always successful, and it helps when you have a really, really good quarterback in Herbert. You know what I'm saying? So, the grass isn't always greener. I think that team going to continue to grow and get better. Their coaching staff is young, so hopefully they'll be able to kind of change things for him. So hang in there a little bit, for Eckler. I really do like him, and I think he's good where he's at. Unless Kansas City is looking to trade for him or something like that, he be careful. You're good where you're at. You got a good team going.
Yeah, I feel that. Marcus, you an Eckler fan?
Not really. Seems like a good guy, but I don't know. He's not. Running backs are not the same no more, So
yeah,
he's a good guy. So I hope he gets what get your money and be happy. But I don't care where he goes.
Right. I'm kind of the same way. I don't know. I do feel like it's ever since probably all the way before that, but especially since Le'Veon Bell kind of went out on a limb for running backs. It's never worked out for running backs ever since. So it's stop with the trade demand, stop with the holdouts, just get what you're getting. But more power to him though. Hopefully those incentives come into play. We'll check back on that. The last thing here is Tom Brady. He recently invested in the Las Vegas Aces, and now he has confirmed, or it's been confirmed that he is investing in the Raiders as well. Just a small partnership with Mark Davis, but I thought that was kind of interesting, especially because Brady's getting ready to go into his potentially commentating career and things like that. I don't know if it'll be a conflict of interest for him owning, but I know he's not owning a lot. He's not going to have control or anything. But Marcus, I wanted to hear what you thought about him kind of stepping into the ownership realm.
Tom Brady, it has to be more to the story because while the Raiders,
right,
the tuck rule game and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Are you playing with the Raiders? You know what I'm saying? Something going on there. So it's gonna be more about that. So I'm trying to figure it out too. It is Las Vegas, but I don't know. We'll see.
I thought that the team choice was peculiar as well, personally. But Strizzy, what were your thoughts?
I thought the team choice was probably the biggest thing. At first, I was like, why the Raiders? It almost didn't make much sense to me. But at the same time, it almost kind of does because one is Las Vegas, right? Aces, Aces being there, the Raiders being there, the Oakland A's are soon going to be there. You know what I mean? Gambling's legal, sports gambling's legal. I just feel like there's so much money to be made. Why not Las Vegas? Who knows? There could be an NBA team heading there soon. You know what I mean? So I feel like get in while it's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, get in while it's cheaper. And I'm sure he's going to make a lot of money going forward.
I feel that. It will be interesting to see later down the line if he expands his ownership role there, if he tries to if he really wants to own a team. I don't know, because it seems like for a guy like Tom Brady, he can really do kind of anything. And I'm sure money's not too big of an issue for him either. So I don't know if he would really work hard at it like some of these other owners might. It'll be interesting to see, but I also don't know if Mark Davis has kids. I don't know if the Davis family is coming in, or maybe down the road Tom Brady might try to take over. So we'll see. But let's move on. Let's move on to other sports. I wanted to talk about Brooke Koepka winning the PGA Championship this weekend, especially the kind of element of him being a live golfer and still being in this big tournament where it was one of those tournaments where the PGA Tour guys and the live golfers were mixed. So, Marcus, definitely, what were your thoughts on the PGA Championship?
It was good. I'm happy he won. I was rooting for him to win it because the Masters he was up, and then the delay kind of messed him up a little bit. He was up by 4 strokes, so I'm happy he got that one in. And he kind of claimed it. He said, "Hey, I won't make those mistakes again." And he said, "Next time I'm going to win." And he won it. It would have been crazy if he'd have won both of those coming from Liv now. So I think he's the first golfer from LIV to win a major, so that's good for him. Even though he left, I always like Brooke Koepka. I really like how he is. I like his style, so I think it was cool. But I don't know, man. I don't know how it's going to be. Say these LIV golfers start winning tournaments, it might be like a little situation going on. So we'll see, man. Because they fresh. Yeah. They don't play a lot, you know. They're fresh. They're not injured, you know. So it's good for him because he had an injury, I think, like 2 years ago. So he's fresh, and when he's fresh, he might play well. It might be. I think they're gonna make something happen. Like these guys don't play another. That's why he's so fresh. They win these tournaments because they don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna start coming down the line. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm happy for Brooke to win that though.
I could see that too, especially with I didn't know if you heard about this, but Rory McIlroy, he's gonna lose 25% of his player bonus or his PGA Tour bonus, because he missed multiple tournaments. You're only allowed to miss like one tournament with a valid excuse or whatever, but he's missed 2 tournaments already this year, so he's gonna be giving up like millions of dollars, losing that incentive money. And he might be seeing maybe the grass is a little bit greener on the LIV side because, like you mentioned, they play less tournaments. So if they have other business dealings going on, or if they're just not feeling it week to week, they have more time off. So very interesting there.
I can see him do it, but he won't do it in probably the next 2 years. He'll try to do it. He can't do it. He said too much. So
I was just about to say that he harped on them a little too much for him to do it right now.
Yeah, it's funny though. Now all of a sudden he's being quiet about it when he was so outspoken against LIV. But yeah, that would be funny. He'd be like the ultimate trader though if they got him. Oh man, that would be a big win for LIV, and it would be bad for PGA. But it'd also be bad for him because he talked too much mess.
Yeah.
Strizzy, how's the golf game coming?
Oh man, it's been cool, man. Like I was actually supposed to go out today to the range for a little bit, but Lily had a doctor's appointment. And then I figured we do a SLAC Express today so we can catch this Heat game. But I might try to get out there Friday. My boss is on PTO that day, so I might sneak away. Might sneak away for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Get out there early though. It's starting to get hot.
Yeah.
I really want to go. I really want to go to the indoor one though with the 3 of us pretty soon though. We can hit that.
That would be a good idea. Actually, we can do that for sure.
Unc says, do golfers earn some kind of salary? Is it based on how they place in the events? It's just based on how they place in events. They actually have to pay dues basically to be a PGA Tour member. But as long as you're placing, if you're rating in tournaments, it don't matter because even if you get 100, at 47th, you don't make the cut, you're still gonna make your money or more money than an average salary. Yeah. So, but they don't. They actually, they're basically like contractors almost too. They kind of take care of themselves and then they register for the tour and show up. So
yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, last note here before we dive into our basketball is I do want to give a shout out to Man City. We talked a little bit about them versus Arsenal. They clinched the European, the EPL basically this weekend when Arsenal lost. So they have won that, and then they're also going for the FA Cup and they're going for the Champions League Cup too later this month. So they can actually win a treble, which would be pretty historic. It'd be winning basically like 3 championships in 1 year. Both their own championships and then the European. So we'll see how they do. But they definitely been a beast. So I wanted to shout them out. And my cousin Jeffrey, that's his squad. So congratulations, Jeffrey. You guys did it again. But now let's get into our basketball. This is what we really came to talk about. And we got a few minutes left here. But first, we got to say goodbye to the latest team, the Lakers getting swept. LeBron James actually having some interesting comments last night after talking about how he's going to have to consider what's going to happen next or kind of moving forward if he's going to continue to play. I want to reserve my thoughts on that first, but I want you to jump in and tell me just how you thought about the Lakers Denver series and how it went.
The series over and they lost game 2. They lost that game. They should have won. It turned the whole series around. I think they win that series. They had a chance to win the series, So I think that happened, and it was too late. You couldn't play on that team. So I kind of hate when they interview stars so quickly after the game because they're still emotional. They're gonna say different things. Right. They probably think, "Oh, I shouldn't have said that," So I kind of wish the stars can have a little time, especially if you got swept, you got beat in a series. Maybe the next day they come back up there and they can kind of talk about it. Because right after that, like you got swept, like you're gonna say certain things. I think LeBron always says stuff he shouldn't have said because he's emotional at the time, So Yeah, but I didn't think they're gonna get swept. I thought they're gonna win this game at least, But man, that's not good, man. They weren't supposed to be there. We get that, but you shouldn't have got swept either, though. So
I feel that. Strizzy?
It's tricky, man. You know what I mean? Like you said, I think that's one of the biggest things. Like one of the pros of this is they weren't supposed to make it to the playoffs at all. You know what I mean? Like at all. Like they were like 13th, pretty deep into the season. And trade deadline, they made some moves. Marvin Hand made some moves, and they not only got into the playoffs, but they got to the Western Conference Championship. And I think one of the things too is that we gotta tip our hats to Denver Nuggets. I think we have not like we as an us. I think people in general have a really bad habit of saying, "Oh, the Denver Nuggets, Lakers to smack them," right? But this is not the same Denver Nuggets team of a couple of years ago, or what it may be. Like this is the best team in the league right now, like from top to bottom. Like Joker, Embiid got to give his MVP back. Like Joker has been on an absolute tear. Jamal Murray has been a monster. You know what I mean? It's been 1A, 1B. And the supporting cast, you know what I'm saying? Like Aaron Gordon played really, really good defense on everyone he's been playing defense against. Michael Porter Jr. has been drilling threes when KCP's been coming through. Like their supporting cast has been a lot like Miami's, where like the shooters are shooting and everybody's playing defense. Everyone's playing great team ball. So, hats off to the Lakers for even getting there because they were not supposed to be there in the first place. But like, I do agree with Marcus though. Like give them guys a day or two, man. Like like. I lose a pickup game. I don't want to talk to nobody for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, give these guys some actual real time to kind of like get out of their feelings and come about later. But I don't think LeBron's retiring. I think he's, he'll have some time. He'll think about it. He'll be back next year. But I think what they really need to do is I think what LeBron and AD really have to do is kind of like when LeBron and Wade had that conversation where Wade told Bron, like, it's got to be you. Like after losing that championship, it was like, I can do what I can do, but like you have to be that guy. We can't be deciding on who it needs to be. And whether or not they've had that conversation before, I think LeBron's 38, dog. Like you could see it in this series. He was done, bro. Like fourth quarter, people were giving Darvin Ham, the why is LeBron coming out? He was tired. Like I don't think he took him out. Like I think LeBron looked at him like, I need a breather. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You're up one. A game that the Lakers probably needed, but like LeBron spent, bro. 38 years old, 20 years in the league. AD's got that youth in him. I think they need AD to kind of be that guy, but I also don't think AD wants to be that guy. I think he likes being number two.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But LeBron just doesn't really have it in him anymore, game in and game out, to be number one. That game 4, he had a great game, but it's like, can he give that type of game every game of the series? Probably not. So they got to be cool a little bit, I think, you know what I mean, and do something about it. I was telling A-Dub earlier, I think they should push really, really hard for Dame. I think a guy's been coming to the fourth quarter, you could be down or up, and he'll clutch some shots out for you, you know what I mean? So a guy who wants to win, who wants to be that guy.
Definitely.
That person.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I do think that they need some help. I do think that was what they were missing in this series is like some kind of closer in the fourth quarter, some kind of crunch time. Like we just need a shot, any type of shot.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a guy that could really get that. It looked like Austin Reeves was the guy they were trying to.
I was about to say Austin Reeves, but Austin Reeves shouldn't be that dude.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, it does suck that they got swept, but I think it is what it is. They were facing a really good team, and I think Denver's about to get their due. They have been the best team all year long, but we've always been like, you never really know. And they're a 1 seed for a reason, and they played really well. I do think that LeBron is going to be back. I don't think that he'll retire at all, but I think that part of that too was a little shot aimed at the Lakers to say, hey, you better put something around me. You better make some moves if you want me to, be here or whatever. I think that was more of a threat of like, hey, I could just walk away. We aren't going to be contenders. So I'm going to run through these comments real quick. Unk says Jokic and Murray, a lethal combo. I'd like to see LeBron win one more championship. Pop says LeBron is a narcissist. He said take away from tension. No, I don't think so. I think he really was kind of feeling that way at the time, but I think it was.
How many points did he have last night?
What's that?
How many points did he have last night?
40, I think it was.
39.
9?
Just
yeah.
Just checking.
So I think he's good. Pop says heard Lakers try to trade for Trae Young. That would be pretty crazy. But I mean, I don't know. You never know. I think he is out of there. I think he will be on the move. So we'll see. But yeah, all right. Let's keep it moving though. I know because this is a SLAC Express. The Celtics. Now I know we are being a little bit premature, but I assume we're going to be saying goodbye to the Celtics before we meet again. They're down 0-3, and I think there has been some rumblings about like, does the Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown combination work? So real quick, Strizzy, where do the Celtics go from here?
Man, I was just literally talking about I would love to see Jaylen Brown in the Miami Heat uniform. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, if I got to pick between the two, I really like Jaylen Brown. I love his game. I love how he plays defense, and I think he kind of plays second fiddle to Jason Tatum because Tatum gets all of the the love. You know what I'm saying? But Jaylen Brown's a dog, man. Like he's a beast, man. He can get to the basket at any point in time. He is a great mid-range shooter, so he doesn't take a lot of stupid shots, stupid threes that I think Jason Tatum takes a lot of times. But I do think that the experiment with those two might be over. I think that they might need to split up a little bit and figure something out for both of them. So something's not working, but they're a good, solid team. I just think coaching and I think Jason Tatum's mental aspect. He hasn't scored a fourth quarter field goal in games 1 through 3. He's only scored in quarters 1 through 3. That's crazy. That's insane.
Crazy, yeah.
There's no way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a wild stat. I do think it's time for a mix-up for them. Also, Al Horford is not the guy he used to be the first time he brought him to the Celtics. Like, let that go.
Yeah,
Marcus,
sure.
do you have any quick thoughts, though, on the Celtics?
Yeah, I'm going to say Jaylen Brown stays there, man. I think he plays well in a system like that. You know, I think he could play well anywhere else, but for him to be a main guy, or he going to be still a second guy? If he's still a second guy, I think he could do well somewhere else.
Same.
I say stay there. You know, I think him and Tatum are cool. I don't think they ever had no beef like that. You know,
No. They're boys for sure.
Like a Kobe, or like a Westbrook, Durant. I don't think it was like that. So if it ain't like that, I think you stay there. If you can get paid there too, just stay there and then try to get there. It takes time. You know, like Jordan, he didn't get his first time. Like he took him 6 years to get one. So I think they got a little time. You know, to get it together. You know, so I'm gonna say stay there, but you gotta beat the Knicks. I mean the Heat though. You can't be down 0-3. That's terrible. But I did see today that Marcus Smart and Jason Tatum said, "Don't let us win this game. You better take us out." Y'all can win tonight. You gotta still lose series. So we'll see. They came out and said, "Don't let us win this tonight game." Like they do. It's over with. So we'll see.
I got a video ready to go if they lose.
That's what's up. Yeah, I agree. I think if they win tonight, that's just going to be what it is. It's just going to be their a gentleman's sweep, like it probably should be. Yeah. But I don't know. For some reason, Jimmy is on a mission, like Miami, like Unc said. So I feel like they're going to put him out again. I think they are going to put him out, and this will be the first time in like I don't know a long time that there was like sweeps in both conference finals. So
yeah, crazy.
But
I do.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if the Heat wins this, we can't go against them. I know everybody say, "Oh, Denver gonna beat them." I can't go against them, man. So if the Heat go to the finals, man, they still got a chance of winning, man. So we'll see.
I think so too, and that is the last thing I wanted to do is just a quick preview. I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that we're gonna see this Heat Denver matchup. It's scheduled to start next Thursday, and we'll be ready. And so next week we'll do an official preview. But I don't know. I think my first thoughts are too is that Denver has the depth, and this seems like it should be their time. But Miami, I'm gonna be rooting for them. Like I want to see them do it. An 8 seed versus a 1 seed. I think that would be such a cool story. Jimmy Butler putting his team on his back, basically, and just being like the alpha out there. I think that's pretty gangster. So I'm kind of going to be rooting for that, even though Jokic probably deserves it. So
yeah.
You already know who I'm rooting for, man. I think the way Spo gets player development. I mean, we've got 7 undrafted players. 4 of them are in our actual rotation. You know what I mean? And play a solid amount of minutes. So I feel like Denver definitely by far has the better team, obviously, as a whole. But I think we've got the better coaching. And Jimmy wants it, man. He wants it. He's going to do everything he can to do it. And I love how Bam's playing lately. this aggression that we've been seeing from Bam these last couple of series, we did not have last year. So if he can keep that up, I'm solid.
Yeah, we'll see. I know they won't get swept. That's for sure.
No,
I don't think that they have a good answer for Jokic. I think Jimmy Butler's just going to have to basically just rise above all that somehow. And like you said, Bam has to continue to be aggressive. And maybe even if it's going to have to be against the rotational players or when Jokic goes off the bench, then you get him, get going again. But
does Hero come back for the finals or no?
He can. I don't know if he will.
Okay. Hey man, y'all gotta apologize to Duncan Robinson, dog, because y'all did him dirty and he came in and he balling, dog. So,
dog, the whole everybody like just started shooting last game. Game 3, everybody was like, "Yo, let me get a turn. Let me get a turn. You shooting threes? Let me get one." Like everybody just started hitting.
I think that belief and the way that they're playing though, it is becoming infectious with that team. Like everybody's like, "All right, we're here now. It doesn't matter now what happened before that. We're here now. Let's go out and win." So I really like that from the Heat. I think that this will be a good matchup, though. I think it'll be an interesting how it goes.
I think so too. I think it'll be a great game.
It is far to fly from Denver to Miami, though, so I'm going to be interested to see if they have like extra days in between or what the actual like game layout schedule looks like. So
we'll sure.
See. Unk is over here saying some things for predictions for next year. He says Jaylen Brown to Knicks or Heat, DeAndre Ayton to the Mavericks, Harden back to Houston, Embiid to Phoenix. Are these just predictions or I don't know. I don't know about Embiid to Phoenix. I do think Harden might end up going back to Houston. Pop says hope Sixers trade Embiid or to Mavericks or anywhere else. But we will get a chance to talk about all of that for sure coming up later next month. Because we're going to have, we're approaching the off season. We're approaching the doldrums of summer where we're going to have basically no basketball and no football. We'll have baseball to carry us through a little bit, but during that time, I think we will try to get some interviews going, some different things like that, but we definitely have a lot to look forward to with the NBA finals, a lot to break down. And then after that, we'll have a ton of speculation about what's going to happen next year. But all right, Unk says those are just his predictions. So that's what's up. But I think we're gonna go ahead and shut it down right here. Strizzy will let you enjoy Game 4. Hopefully, it's a win for your boys so that they can get just as much rest as Denver and be ready to rock next week. But anything else you guys want to touch on real quick before we shut it down?
And it'll be nice they'll be at home because it was a little weird for Denver to do that thing in LA. It was kind of like, all right, So,
right. Yeah, they were all excited, and that was like the biggest win in their franchise, but they were like on LA court around a bunch of celebrities who were like, nah, man, we don't want to see this. So there wasn't the same energy. You're right. It would be cool for the Heat to get it at home. I think that's I did want to mention, sorry, and I forgot to put him up there earlier. But it is sad to say that Jim Brown passed away so over the weekend. Definitely want to say rest in peace to him. One of the biggest, one of the earliest, I should say, maybe not the biggest, but one of the earliest athlete activists, when it was a very important time in our country too. So big shout out to Jim Brown. Rest in peace. He got to live a long, full life. But yes, definitely wanted to mention that as well. So, and also we'll say welcome real quick to Anthony Weston. And sorry, Anthony, we went early today. But next week we'll have to hear your thoughts about the Lakers and LeBron moving forward. But right now we're wrapping up this SLAC Express so we can check out this Heat game. But no worries, Anthony Weston, no worries at all. Glad you're getting some family time, and I'm sure we'll be hearing from you very soon. But I think we're gonna wrap it up there. And the other crazy thing is we're really in the countdown now. Only 5 shows left until episode 200 of Say Like a Champ, 200 weeks in a row. So we're looking forward to celebrating that. And we're going to be putting together some different plans for that. So we appreciate you rocking with us and definitely getting excited for that next milestone. So
for sure.
I think that's it though. We'll leave it right there. That was episode 195. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Striz.
Rest in peace, Jim Brown, man. Let's get it.
Peace.